Eagles fans, Eagles fans, Eagles fans. I'm your humble host, Tone Deshields II, and y'all are tuned into another episode of Chalk It Up, where no matter if we win or if we lose, we just got to charge it to the game. Look, y'all, this week, this Thursday, we have the New York Giants, and we need this win more than life itself, more than we need oxygen. I got to be honest with you guys. This week, any other time, I would call it a gimme. I got to be honest with you guys, man. Any given Sunday, at any point, the Eagles could just fall short, but we're not going to welcome the negative. We're going to look towards the positive. So, like I said, the Eagles have the New York Giants this week, and the New York Giants aren't necessarily a threat, but they're a national football team, and they can very well sneak out a win against us if we don't show up, if we don't play our best football. And as I say every week, we need to play lights out. We need to play our best football. We need to be at the best version of ourselves on that field. And we need to just close the deal. These past 2 weeks, we've been able to get so close, but no cigar. So this week, will we blow out the Giants? Will we have a close one against the Giants? Will we lose against the Giants? We all gonna find out. But before we even find out, we got to go through the numbers. We got to go through the obvious to make sure we're properly matched up. So as it pertains to the numbers, the Giants, their offense, it's nothing to rave about whatsoever. Same thing with the Eagles. The only thing that the Eagles really can latch on to as far as their offense is their running game, which is in the upper half, the top 50th percentile of the league. But let's just talk about it. So when it comes to the New York Giants, they're averaging almost 17 points per game, 275 total yards, 187 passing yards, and almost 88 rushing yards per game. And the Philadelphia Eagles, they're averaging 23 points per game, a little over 329 total yards per game, 207 passing yards per game, and 122 rushing yards per game. So the Eagles' staple right now is their running game. The passing game is taking a long time to come together in these past several games. It seems like the passing game just comes alive super late, second half type of late. But when it comes to the running game, we know we have to give credit to Wentz using his legs. We got to give credit to Miles Sanders being as dynamic as he's been. We also have to give credit where credit's due to Jalen Hurts, who's been the perfect 1-2 punch to Wentz. And honestly, we need to use him more this week. We need to use him more throughout the season, knowing damn well that we have so many injuries that it just can't be accounted for, honestly. But let's talk about defense. So when it comes to the Giants defense, they're giving up 25 points per game. They're giving up exactly 342 total yards per game. They're giving up 235 defensive pass yards per game, and they're also giving up 106 rushing yards per game. So I got to be honest. The New York Giants defense is honestly their calling card. Their defense is the best thing they have going for them. Defensive points ranked 16th. Defensive yards allowed ranked 12th. Defensive pass yards per game allowed ranked 16th. And defensive rush yards ranked 8th. So they're in the top 10 defenses when it comes to rushing. So the Eagles can't go in there thinking they're just going to run on them. They got to go in there and handle business and be smart. The play calling has to be spot on, because play calling has been why we've been losing these games for the most part these past few weeks. Play calling has been the reason why we haven't been able to close the deal. But I honestly believe if the Eagles come in, everyone does their job. No random drops. John Hightower and Miles Sanders. Well, Miles Sanders is not even going to play this week. As a matter of fact, Boston Scott will be making his start this week against the Giants. And we all know what he's able to do against the Giants. But like I said, the Eagles have to be the best version of themselves in order to win this game. We need to go in, punch the Giants in the mouth, and let them know that you are the New York Giants. There's nothing else, nothing more to it. We don't need to even go full force against you guys. But the bottom line is this season has not been our best. We're 1-4-1. And honestly, we need to knock the sense out of the New York Giants. We need to have some sort of victory, something to latch our teeth into, because we haven't been able to beat these top 10 defenses we've been coming up against. Talking about the Baltimore Ravens, ranked 1. Steelers, ranked number 2. Rams and San Fran, they're both top 10 as well. So the Eagles haven't been losing to any slouches. Let's be totally honest. The only slouch we've lost to were the Washington Football Team. But The New York Giants, they're They're 1-5. They've only beat the Washington football team just this past Sunday, so they don't really have too much to hang their hats on as well. But nonetheless, the Eagles have a legit chance to win this game. And honestly, I'll be disappointed if they lose this game. Honestly, if they lose to the Giants, the season's a wrap. The season's a wrap. If the Eagles find a way to lose to the New York Giants, the season's over. It's no question about it. Blow the roster up, give rid of all these dead contracts, and just move on with the new. I'm telling y'all, if we lose this game against the Giants, y'all gonna see a different side of me. Y'all gonna see a different side of everybody that do this Eagles content. Trust and believe. Y'all gonna see a different side of Joey Shakes. Y'all gonna see a different side of Philly Mike from the Philly Talk podcast. Y'all gonna see a different side of Laura Brunson. Y'all gonna see a different side of Philly Fresh. Y'all gonna see a different side of Philly 500. Y'all gonna see a different side of every Eagles guy that I know that's doing this on the highest and best level. We cannot lose this game, you guys. I don't know how many more times to say it. Injuries have been our best friend. We have been losing players left and right, and on Sunday, we're only going to have 2 starters on the field. 2. Carson Wentz, our quarterback, and Jason Kelce, our center. If I got to be honest with myself, out of all the starters on the field, if I got to have 2 guys on the field, it got to be those 2. Carson Wentz, the quarterback, and Jason Kelce, the leading guy on the offensive line that keeps everybody in check. You know what I'm saying? So we have not been playing our best football as a whole. We've had different problems every single week, and it's exhausting. Like I said, the injuries are the biggest thing that we've been at a crossroads with. Let's just go down the list of our injuries. Jack Driscoll, ankle. Zach Ertz, ankle. Epps, ribs. Deshaun Jackson, hamstring. Malik Jackson, quads. Alshon Jeffrey, foot. Lane Johnson, ankle. Duke Riley, ribs. Miles Sanders, knee. Kevon Wallace, shoulder. Devontae Maddox, ankle. I heard Dallas Goedert was activated for practice, but I don't think he's going to play this week. I think they want to bring him along slow. But honestly, we have so many injuries that it's just unheard of. We got guys coming in that we don't know who they are and how they got there, a.k.a. Kroom. I have no idea who the guy. I still don't know his first name. But shout out to Kroom for catching that touchdown in the Baltimore game. But the Eagles have many problems. One of the biggest problems being the play calling. I'm telling you, Doug has to call one of his best games. He has to. We can't keep allowing things like play calling to be a problem for us. The play calling has lacked creativity. It's lacked substance. And I got to be honest, I'm tired of them bottling up Wentz in the pocket. We all know our offensive line is not the best right now. So therefore, play to Wentz's strengths. Play to Carson's strengths. If you pay attention to that Baltimore game and that Steelers game, in the first half, Wentz is barely moving around. He's barely mobile. And then that second half comes along, it seems as though he just gets this second gear, or someone just unhooked the trailer or took the training wheels off. I don't know. But it just seems like Wentz is getting to a point in these second halves where it's like, okay, I don't care what coach is saying. I gotta do me. And I think it's time for coaching to just let Wentz do him. It seems like they're limiting his growth and his development by trying to keep him in that pocket all the time. Of course, if somebody's wide open, you shouldn't have a problem throwing a pocket pass. But y'all know he's at his best when he's mobile, moving around, throwing on a run, having fun. You know what I'm saying? Watching him against that Baltimore team, I got to be honest, it was beautiful to see him just be so gutsy and play the type of game he was playing. Honestly. And we go as far as that man takes us. He can't turn the ball over like he did against Baltimore. That fumble. We got to be honest. He gave them 7 points straight like that. I don't know if it was 7 or 3, but he gave them points straight like that, which put us behind the 8 ball. You know what I'm saying? We can't continue to be our own worst enemy. The past game, penalties wasn't the problem. You know what I'm saying? So every week it seems like there's a different problem. You know, if it's not defense, it's offense. If it's not offense, it's special teams. If it's not the special teams, it's play calling. If it's not play calling, it's penalties. If it's not penalties, it's injuries. We keep beating ourselves in so many different ways. One day, can we just do the beating? Can we be the one whooping ass? Excuse my French. I try to keep the channel professional. But 1 week, can we be the one just smacking on guys? Can we just be the ones doing it? Come on, Philly. Jim Schwartz, you better not let this Giants defense put up more than 20 points. I'm telling you. Daniel Jones has not been the guy whatsoever. Let's talk about his numbers. Right now on 2020, Daniel Jones only has 889 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions with a 68.3 quarterback rating or passer rating. He's not a threat whatsoever. He's barely getting by. He's suffering a sophomore slump. He already has 5 interceptions and he only threw 12 last year. The season isn't even halfway over. You know what I'm saying? So again, we should not lose this game. Boston Scott, I need you to come in and show up and do your thing. Do what you did last year against this Giants team. Ball out. You dig? You know what I'm saying? Corey Clement, it's time for you to show up and pop out. We ain't seen you since Super Bowl year. What's going on, my brother? You dig? I need them to get my man Elijah Holyfield involved. Adrian Killins. We got dynamic running backs. So let's use them. Get the ball in their hands. See what they can do. This is going to be a running back by committee for the next couple weeks because we need to bring Miles Sanders along and back slow, and we need to make sure our future is secured and tight. You did? Right now, we're missing Zach Ertz and Dallas Goedert on the field for Thursday. Zach Ertz, I'm not tripping about too much, but his presence still is a blessing. Dallas Goedert, unfortunately, he won't be back this week, I don't believe. He's fresh off that that foot injury, that foot fracture. Offensive line, y'all got to come through heavy. Get Jamon Brown off the roster. He cannot be here. I'm sorry. We got to do something else. I pray to God he's not the one starting at right guard. He sacked the quarterback. He sacked Carson Wentz. He over here taking pictures with Lamar Jackson. Is that the only reason you got signed, bro? Is that the only reason you here? Because you saw Baltimore on the schedule. You're like, oh wait, I need to get this picture. I might not ever see him again. You acting like a fan, bro. We just lost 30-28. Get off the roster, bro. We don't need fans over here. We don't need fans. We need soldiers. You dig? Lane Johnson, I don't think he's going to play this week either. Good news about Brandon Brooks. He looks good in his recovery. He's been jumping the boxes, lacing up the cleats. He looks good as far as his recovery. I don't know if he's going to be back later on this year. Who knows? But the current O-line, Mailata, been doing his thing. Just doing his thing, just being a bruiser. You know what I'm saying? Just being a bruiser. Wide receivers, no drops. No drops. Please, no drops. John Hightower, we gave you a break last week. No drops, okay? No drops. D-line, we need you guys to be as aggressive, and we need you guys to harass. We need you guys to abuse Daniel Jones. Abuse this man. Violate this man. Violate him. Davion Taylor and Sean Bradley, we need y'all to have more impactful, better weeks. I know y'all rookies. I know y'all young, but we need y'all to have bigger and better weeks this week. Eagles DBs, y'all been playing pretty fairly. So continue to do what y'all doing, man. I'm so excited about this week. I'm so excited to see Wentz play. He got me so excited just about playing these gutsy past couple weeks, man. And honestly, we need another win. We need to win this division. The Cowboys are looking totally dysfunctional. Their starting quarterback is out. Their backup quarterback and Andy Dalton looks like he's lost. Their defense can't stop a nosebleed, giving up the most points in the NFL. Their coaching just looks lackadaisical. Defensive coordinator doesn't know what he's doing. Running back is fumbling all over the place. So we can win this division, Philly. We can do this. We can go above and beyond and take this division and possibly get in the playoffs and maybe win a game. I don't know. The team's not built, but I just want to win some football games, you guys. Y'all was tuned in to Chalk It Up, where no matter if we win or if we lose, you just got charges to the game. I'm your humble host, Deshields II. One love, fly Eagles fly.